Good morning, everybody. Today I am here with a different topic. Every day studies, and means I got bored of these studies, isn't it? I think so. And today I thought to be means I tell to you people. For that only means I am here with a new thing, a new, I may say, the philosophy of life, that is expectation. And you see, nowadays expectation has reached its apex and causes of miseries. In the morning when I woke up, I came across a news that in Facebook, a person who was an excellent motivator, motivating many people, many young chaps, has committed suicide. Directly my mind runs to one more young chap, that Sushant Singh Rajput, who committed suicide very recently. Being a very young chap, energetic, spirited, and having that type of enthusiasm to do something for the country. Once some writer has told that if you want to save your country, the energy of the young and the mind of the old is required for the development of a country. And these young spirited minds are committing suicide. For what? For this expectation. Expectation is the devil who remains on our head and always misguiding us to lead us a life of material happiness. And that expectation leads to ambition, rather over-ambition. And that over-ambition leads to greed. And that greed is the threshold to the world of death. And we do not have satisfaction in ourselves. For that only we are accepting that threshold to enter the world of expectation. Is all sorts of this death, all sorts of miseries, all sorts of weariness, all sorts of sadness. We are sad because our expectations are not being fulfilled, and we cannot leave that expectation. That is the problem. And due to that only these energetic young minds are getting destroyed, I am saying. So keep it in mind that these minds are to be controlled. Means in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says to Arjuna, Dhyayato visano pungsa sangastesu prajayate sangat sanjayate kamo kamat krodha vijayate krodhat bhavati sangmoha sangmohat mati vibhrama mati bhrangsad buddhinaso buddhinasat pranasyati. So ultimately it leads to the death. And death is not our ultimate goal. The sole aim of your life is not death. And there is a great difference between this death and salvation, death and moksha, death and nirvana. We are not expecting, or we are not accepting ourselves. We are not satisfied with ourselves. What we see in others, we are getting jealous of it. If someone is having a good flat we are getting jealous of it. I should have a flat more than that. His child is reading well. His daughter is beautiful, not mine. It gives it gives a kind of worriedness to we people, and we are not in a position to get rid of this. Expectation is the cause of all worries, all sadness. We are not happy with the development of others. Rather, we are jealous of the development. Every sadness is having a cause. All misery is having a cause. And that cause is what? Expectation, or I may say desire. We are not in a position to live our desire. And hence what is having? The expectation is growing high and high and high. And it leads to compare others. We are comparing ourselves with others, and that is giving a sense of competition. Comparing is giving a way to competition, and for that only we are not becoming satisfied with ourselves. Unless we are satisfied with ourselves, we cannot do good things. We cannot expect a good country. We cannot expect a good life. Is not having any limitations. Grade is, or expectation is such a devil that leads you, until you die, until your life is finished. The story you must have come across. How much land does a man need? And that expectation is the devil which sits in disguise in a corner of your mind, in the subconscious mind of your mind of your brain. And slowly, it works slowly, like slow poison. It works slowly. Sisters are talking to each other. Two sisters are talking to each other. One has married to a tradesman, and the other one the peasant. The tradesman they are living in town, and peasant family are living in the village. They are talking about the daily way of their life. And what happened? By that way, the wife of the tradesman is saying, you people are not happy with the village setup. But the wife of the younger sister who was with the peasant, she says that yes, we are happy with this. But expectation is the devil which remains in the corner of that mind. What he says, in disguise, he says that they are to be led towards the greed. Hence it does. And what has happened? After they go, after the elder sister and her husband go, devil starts its work. The peasant, he wanted to purchase the side-by farms for his need, and he takes much. One old woman was there, and who was taking fines when the others other cattle or animals are going inside the field. And Pahom, the peasant, he thought that he should purchase the land. And some others, they were also thinking of purchasing the land. As 3 acres of land were there. So they thought that And by that way, Pahom purchased those lands. And means the story goes on like that. Means I am coming to the main point, what has happened there. And by that way, and they means decided to go to Volga, and means again from Volga means he came in contact with the Brixleys, and means there he came to know that they were going to sell their lands. So for that deed he went there and talked about that yes, I need those many means land, means a deed to be done on that. All agreement means has to be finalized by going to the town. Now what they told, yes, and they means consulted with the chief. And what happened? They were having a very unique tradition that means they do not sell lands. Rather, others means the more lands one can occupy by running or by walking, by covering in one day, means he will be the owner of those land. That was the tradition of that place or by the chief. Hence, means he told that when Pahom asked that what is the cost of this land, then the chief is saying that 1,000 ruble per day. He could not understand what is this 1,000 ruble per day. And the chief says that means one day we take 1,000 rubles. That means one day is there with you. The more land you can occupy by walking or running, means on the land, and giving a mark on each point so that we can identify how much land we have acquired. And you have to come back to that starting point means again by the end of the day, and means all the land will be yours. Pahom became very happy. Became very happy because before that also on foot only he has come a long way off. So he was having a confidence. Yes, I can walk a long way. Hence he agreed and signed the deed. The agreement was done. And what happened? Means the mission was started, and he started his journey in the morning only, with the rising of the sun, and moved, and every point he was giving the as he was there with a spade, and everywhere he was giving a mark so that the land could be identified. The more he was going, the more the greed was getting up. And in the midday he saw that much a land he has covered. Still he wanted more and moved ahead. By the end of the day, the sun was going to set. By the time he saw that he has crossed those that much of land that he cannot move back and touch the starting point. So from that place he started running. And what happened? What the up is easier, but the down is not that much of easy. So what happened? He came running and running and running with all his power. And by the end of the when the sun was setting with its last view, he touched the starting point. There he fell down, and with with vomiting blood he died there. And what happened? In the name of acquiring the land, how much land he got? Only 6 feet. What? A dead body means on which in which the dead body is contained. That much of land means a man need. So you think, what is there in this material happiness? We are not happy with ourselves. We are not satisfied with ourselves. We are not satisfied with our belongings. We should be hopeful. We should be satisfied with all our belongings. Whatever is there with me, I am happy with that. As I gave you the example of Gautam Buddha. Sadness is having a cause, and the cause is what? The desire, and the end of that desire means end of your suffering, end of your sadness. So if those desire, if those expectations are removed from our mind, if those expectations are converted into a positive direction, the devil of that expectation cannot do any harm to us. So I don't know you people will like this video or not, but sometimes I will be preaching like that some of the things related to life. But keep it in mind, life is not to be destroyed. All expansion is life. All contraction is death, as Swami Vivekananda has told. So life is not to be destroyed. Life is not to be wasted. Life is God has created us in a unique way. Unique way means everyone is having a quality. Sometimes we think that God has not given me anything. You see others, we see others, and we are getting jealous of it. We are getting jealous of its growth. We are getting jealous of its wealth. We are getting jealous of its beauty. We are getting jealous of it of its surroundings. We are not looking once towards we people. God has given us all the things. Everything is within us. We have to discover it. We have to explore it. Which thing has been given? God has given life to us with the qualities. No one is there in this world who is not having any quality. Even a lame one, even a blind one, even a mad one, they are also having some qualities. And that qualities are to be explored. Unless the qualities are explored, your life will be seeming pessimistic. So that pessimism to be modified into optimism, a hopefulness. Life is not to be desperated. Life is not to be destroyed. Hence, this is my kind request to you people. This is my cordial appeal to you people. Be optimistic and try to leave the expectations. Be successful, means you will be successful. Don't get disheartened. Don't get desolate. Your life is very valuable. Your life is valuable, much valuable. So thanks for today. Again we are going to meet in the next video. Thank you.